Good evening, Ardent. We wanted to give you an update on everything that's taking place, where we're at, what we're planning, how we see the coming days and weeks unfolding, and just to keep you in the loop and to make sure you feel included in everything that we're doing at the gym. I know it's been kind of a confusing time, but we wanted to assure everybody that we do have a lot of good things coming, big things coming, and a really good plan in place to make sure we're keeping Ardent going as we work through this kind of crazy time. I know you all know Ryan and I, in a lot of what our goals have been at Ardent, has to make sure not only are we building a fit, healthy community and bringing our love of CrossFit to Stafford, but actually developing friendships and bonds. That's what keeps us going. And we say this all the time. Many of you have walked through the doors of Ardent looking to become fit or healthy or to try CrossFit or whatever it may be. But the reason you stay is the friends you make. So as much as we're scared right now and it's kind of crazy out there, we know that with the community we have and the support we have, that this is going to be okay because of those bonds and those friendships. So our biggest goal through this is to make sure we keep continuing to deliver you guys all an amazing service and to help you reach your fitness and health goals. And we have, like I said, we have a lot of good ideas and things we're going to do in the coming days and weeks to make sure we're meeting you there and continuing to bring you the quality coaching that you expect when you come into Ardent. Our biggest fear through this is, of course, losing Ardent. And that's something that we've put some thought into. Like, this is scary for everybody, especially small business owners. We have an amazing coaching staff, and they really go above and beyond to make sure you guys get quality coaching and quality just mentorship and friendship. They bring all of that to the table. So we want to ensure that we're able to continue providing and compensating our coaching staff through this time. We want to continue to make sure that you guys are going to have a place to come back to when this is all over. So not only are we going to make sure we're doing our best for you, because we are, but we want to make sure that you understand that we need you as well for a lot of reasons. So we're taking this opportunity tonight to let you know what our plan is, where we're coming from, how we see this unfolding in the coming days and weeks, and what you can expect from us.
Yeah, like Casey mentioned, we'll talk through a little bit of kind of the next steps. Obviously, timelines are a lot of things that we can't really control. So we're going to work with kind of the most recent guidance, which is obviously putting a plan in place to not have more than 10 people in an area at one time. And some of the other things that the governor of Virginia talked about through today. Obviously, we want to do what we can or do our part and be socially responsible for not only our community of Ardent, but make sure we're doing the right thing by everybody. You guys are all adult, obviously, but at some point we want to still make sure that we're handling this with class and grace and making sure that we're able to take care of you, but still being responsible at the same point in time. So some of the things that just kind of off the top, we've talked through and sent out some information as far as registering for classes ahead of time. If we're going to try to keep no more than 10 people in a room at one time, that would literally be 9 to 10 people like registered for a class if there's a coach there. So we're going to try to put some caps on class sizes. Right now, that should still be okay. It should still work what's normally there, but we're going to ask that no more than 10 people. So sign in advance. I will repost that link on how to do that into the Facebook Ardent community group. So make sure you're registering in advance for class. I know a bunch of you guys have been doing that. Thank you for doing that, but make sure you are if you aren't currently. That way we can track through that and make sure that we're not running into problems with large classes. So we'll also give time before and after class to clean up, wash up, get in and out of the building before the next class comes. The one thing we love about Ardent is it's a place to hang out and for people to get together. And in the evening time, people are there before and after classes. Maybe we just shorten that up a little bit right now. You get done with your class, you get cleaned up, you head on out the door so the next class can come in, and we're not having 50 people in the lobby at one point in time, kind of coming and going and everything else from there. So just get, once you get in there before class, get your class done, try to get out of there before too much time frame. Some of the things I think we'll continue to do is just the basic hygiene stuff at Ardent that are all great things. We're doing that, and of course not coming in if you're sick and all those things. one big thing, we're going to go ahead and cancel any sort of child care or child supervision that we've been offering. Not being used a lot, understandably, but just to make sure that we're not bringing young people, or those maybe even more so, they're bringing germs around as much as we can. So as of today, or as of now, we will not have childcare starting tomorrow. I know a lot of people are home, so maybe it's not as much of an issue, with spouses home and such as well. So I think that's a couple of the things that we're looking to handle now. So then we'll talk shortly here about some of the stuff that's coming down the pipeline.
We also realize that many of you have already made the choice to not come into the gym, so we want to make sure that you understand some of the things we are going to be implementing starting tomorrow and in the very near future, to make sure you understand what you're getting out of your membership and what you can expect from us at Ardent. So starting tomorrow, we are breaking the gym into what we're terming right now small groups. You'll be contacted by the coach that is going to lead your small group, and that's basically going to be your accountability in these coming days and weeks. It's going to be a place for you to not only hold yourself accountable, but to ask questions. That coach is going to be your point of contact, your touch point at Ardent, to make sure that you are still connected. And if you have any questions about what to do for the workout of the day that's posted online, you can ask it there. We continue everybody to encourage everybody to use SugarWOD. Even if you're doing that home workout track that's on there, post your scores, give your fist bumps, still be part of the community and engage. And as we keep working through this, we'll continue to grow those small groups and see what that means and how that looks. We plan on implementing Facebook small groups. So that'll be, if you don't have Facebook, that's fine. We'll have other ways the coaches can reach out and contact you, but you will be personally accountable to one of the Ardent coaches that are helping us through this.
Yeah, I think through, it's easy to think too much into this or not enough into this. The bottom line is we're talking temporary. So what we're doing is trying to talk temporary solutions to a problem. Hopefully this is just some weeks, so we'll just take this a few weeks at a time. So as far as temporary solutions, I want to make sure you guys are still getting most bang for your buck, and that you're able to do that. Most of you guys walked into Ardent, like Casey mentioned earlier, for a reason, but a lot of it is you guys, some of those have been home, or even us have been home the last 4 days a lot more than normal. Very understandably, maybe we ate a few things, or maybe you ate a few more things than you should have, maybe you drank a little more than you should have, right? That general schedule being thrown off, we need to make sure that we're still taking care of business, right? There's a need for some accountability within that, and making sure that you're having other people watching over around you, or helping encourage you through your fitness process, or else you would always, none of you would belong to Ardent, you would just work out at home all the time. But that's obviously not the goal. So what we want to do, while we are doing some of that now, that's obviously not the long term. And hopefully this is just a short-term solution to a problem. So some of the things that we talked through as far as kind of adding to this, as far as kind of compounding on top of the small group stuff, is we're going to work through giving you guys an opportunity to expand any sort of at-home as far as programming goes and working out. So we'll work through if we get to the point where the doors are completely closed, then we'll do an equipment loaner program. You guys will have the ability to grab a piece of equipment that we'll be using quite a bit, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a few of those types of things. We'll sign that out, and you'll be able to use that at home. For programming perspective, having that'll allow us to open up a lot more opportunities for that. We'll then work through a much more extensive amount of programming that we can offer, right? Some daily videos from WOD briefs, things like that you guys will be able to see, understand exactly where you belong in that, what you should be doing with that, how to do this, and kind of get all the stuff that you would typically get before a class at Ardent. We'll then do some live workouts. If you would appreciate being seen, or seeing somebody, we'll do some live workouts, Zoom virtual workouts, where you guys can kind of log in and actually do the workout during a class, have a class led by a coach.
It might be super awkward.
Yeah, but we'll
make it work.
But you also have the ability to, if you don't, or if you want to do that at a different time during the day, or you still want to work out at 5:30 in the morning or something like that, and we don't offer a virtual class, then we'll have the WOD brief information for you to still get all your workout appropriately stuff done ahead of time as well. A couple of other things that we're working on right now is we will going to go ahead and schedule a couple outdoor workouts as well. Maybe a time where we can still do this in a bigger, broader area, a more spread out area. Do some track workouts, so it's maybe your piece of equipment that you are loaning out, or if you have that on your own. And we'll work through some other ways to maybe get together with your friends and comrades to be able to kind of work through this whole thing in a group environment, because that's typically, like I mentioned, what you guys are looking for. anyway. So that is all what we're working as far as timelines go. We're, right now we're programmed through Sunday. That's what we're shooting for, at least getting through that time. Obviously things are changing daily, so we're kind of going to stay on the tip of that as far as if we need to make any adjustments or changes. But we're just kind of planning for what may lie ahead.
And we do have one more big thing that we're planning that I think you're all going to be excited about. We're going to do an Ardent Open during this time of flux. So basically, that's going to consist of some at-home challenges, earning points. We did this before a few years back where you had the ability to earn points for your team. We're going to figure this out as it goes, but depending how long we're away from the gym, we'll see what that looks like. But we were going to make it fun for everybody involved and allow you to have a chance to compete, engage with each other, interact with each other, however that looks in this time period. So thought your open was not happening for a while. We're going to take advantage of this opportunity to make it a little fun and a little engaging for everybody. And I think the bottom line is that we just want to make sure that all of us, this is as much for us as well. We don't want to get lazy, sit at home, do nothing. We want to keep you active. We all have goals. We all have the reasons we came into Arden in the first place. So this isn't an excuse or a reason to become stagnant. We're going to keep each other moving, keep each other motivated, and help each other through whatever the coming days and weeks look like.
Yeah, exactly. Can you say 7 minutes of burpees? I don't know. Perhaps we'll see.
Maybe.
But things like that would be something fun. Even if, obviously that's outside some comfort zones. It's certainly outside of everybody's comfort zone. This isn't normal for any of us. Again, we go to a gym to work out. So we're all going to get a little outside our comfort zone as far as doing that. But this will be a good way to maybe get outside of that, be able to work out in different environments or be able to push yourself at home. And maybe an Ardent Open or something like that is a good reason maybe to look forward to and kind of a fun camaraderie thing to be able to do as well. And then I think biggest thing, as we work through this, just continue to focus on those fitness, health, and wellness goals. We'll start putting out some tips from nutrition stuff here as well. Those are all things that are going to be super relevant and important right now. But bottom line is we're here for you. Obviously, we are asking and hoping that you guys will stick with us through this whole time. Certainly, if you are negatively affected by this thing, if this is something that is personally affecting you in the pocketbook side of things, please reach out to us. The last thing we want to do is see anybody else go through any other hardship. We know like the general stress it's caused and families and our family, and just watching out for this. Please, if you're affected by this, please reach out. The last thing we want for that to affect you guys negatively, but we still want to make sure we're able to help through this process for you as well. Other than that, I think that's most of it for tonight. We'll try to put in a little more information out here in the next few days, especially some of this new stuff we talked about. We've got really the framework for it. It's just kind of a matter of enacting that. We'll continue to put out a little more information as time goes, so look for an update here in the next few days as we get more information.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.